say I'm arrogant. I say damn right. That's pride. Pride in the saying I am. Now tune into the big exclusive podcast available on all podcast platforms or the BEpodcast.com. Listen now or I'll eat your whole race. Oh, and you better like or subscribe or else.
Surprise, surprise, family. I guess you weren't ready for this pop-up. I know I wasn't. But we've been going for quite some time, so we wanted to hit you with something a little new Wednesday night, hump day. Let's bring in family, Aunt Money from the Aunt Money Experience.
Am I on?
Yes, you are there. Good evening,
hello,
sir. How are
everybody.
you?
You know, I'm blessed.
I'm blessed by the best.
Nonetheless, say it with your chest.
Oh, hello. All right, now let's bring in Phil. Good evening, Mr. Brooks.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on, y'all?
Airplane Phil.
Oh, man.
That's exactly where I'm at, inside of a
Let's
plane.
get ready for it tonight. Remember the mute button from time to time, though, all right?
I got you. I'm about to mute it now.
All right. We got our producer in the background, Mr. Big Exclusive. I don't know why he don't want to come on camera.
Show us your face.
That's Mr. Sexy, and he know it.
I'm not calling him that.
Yeah, don't do that. No diddy. That's what you're supposed to say, no diddy. But we have a very interesting show for you tonight on this pop-up for this Hump Day Wednesday. We have some exclusives, of course. Let's get into that first video. How about we start with this coffee date? I want to get everybody's opinion. So once this video drops in, I want to get your opinion. Phil, I want to get your opinion. Mr. Big Exclusive, we're going to get yours. And I'm going to put the link in the chat for everybody to see what everybody's got to say. So without further ado, I think so too. Don't do that to us. Come on now. Show us some love. Interact with us tonight.
This man right here is broke. He's broke. Look at him.
Yeah.
He won't spend no money on you. No, I can't believe this, y'all. He told me we're going out for drinks, right? Why we pull up at a Starbucks? I got dressed like this to go to Starbucks?
Yeah, I told you it was gonna be a casual date. Casual, you know what casual means?
Casual as in getting drinks. So I dress in a whole dress, heels and everything.
Okay, so
And we're getting coffee? You think I deserve a coffee date?
first date should be
sorry.
casual.
Do you not comprehend who I am, what I look like, and you think that I deserve a coffee date? This is a PSA to all you ladies. Get to know somebody before you go on a date, because this is not a date.
Don't do this.
This is a cheap date. Their drinks are like $5.
Okay, so
That's
I'm gonna take you
like it.
home. I'm gonna take you back home.
Home?
I'm gonna take you back home where you can get yourself some cup noodles.
You want to take me home?
Yeah, I'll take you home.
I look like this.
And you can get any other date, right? Just like you said, you can get any dude to come and pay for your meal and take you out and wine down, right? You can get that at any time, right?
So now we're not going on the date because you don't want to pay more than Starbucks.
Oh, it's not that. Money's no option.
So if money's no option, then why aren't we going on the date?
One, you trying to put me on blast. Like, you got your phone out filming this interaction right now.
Okay,
for what
because
reason?
I've never had a grown man take me to Starbucks for a date.
You never had a grown man in general, because you're acting really unappreciative. Like, you expect me to take you to some 5-star restaurant right at the gate. Go
You're
ahead and
not.
get out.
Are you?
Go ahead and get out.
There's a lot to be said, but I think I'm going to save my comments for last. So, fellas, without further ado, Aunt, what's your views on this video?
I personally don't think she was completely wrong. I feel that everybody has a different idea of what a date is supposed to be. For me personally, the first date really doesn't matter the location. We can go somewhere to have fun. We can go grab a coffee if you want. I don't particularly care for coffee dates, but that's just because, I mean, with coffee for me is always on the go. But if she had a certain thing in mind for what their first date was supposed to be, that should have been discussed. I don't think it should have been like a complete surprise unless she was like, well, we can go wherever you want to go because you know women good for that type of shit. But I think also if this video was real, because honestly, I'm at the point where I really don't believe everything that I see on the internet. But if this was real, his reaction to it was real as well. Damn, like you have a disagreement, so you go to take your phone out, like that's the first thing on your mind. So I think it was very telling for him to see that reaction from her. And it just knows how you can carry it. Tells you how to carry things going forward with her. You know, she might not be the one for you. Or she might have a certain expectation and she's not good at expressing. When they pulled up, if this was a surprise, she could have said like, yo, I really had something else different in mind. So that's pretty much my take on that.
Okay, I see that. How about you? How about you, Phil?
To me, she like the piggyback what Aunt just said on the first date. She pretty much told him everything he needed to know about her. She seemed like she really cared more about material things than the actual concept of the date. The fact that she went to her phone initially tells me that she's a little self-centered. She might have some self-esteem issues because she cares so much about what social media thinks. Because if something goes wrong on a date, my first instinct isn't to, oh, let me go to tell my followers what's going on. No, I'll just talk about it with the person that I'm there with. You know what I mean? But she looked like she wanted likes and attention. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he kind of won in the situation, actually. A coffee date to tell you everything that you need to know about a person. Honestly, that's really like a good ass date because at a coffee date you can really it's just you and the person. You're talking about life and likes and interests and stuff like that. It's not really
Exactly.
much. You can't really impress nobody physically on a coffee date. You gotta really it breaks you down to be yourself. So I actually feel like the brother actually won in the situation because now he don't have to go any more dates with her.
Okay. Okay. Shannon.
Let me give this brother a round of applause right quick. This lady here is the exact type of woman that you dodge or you run from as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
Is the sheer hypocrisy in what she did versus what she said told you everything you needed to know about this woman. I agreed with her when she said, ladies, get to know somebody before you go on a date with them. Well, at Starbucks, you had the perfect opportunity to get to know that man. Okay? There's no pretense there. It's someplace you guys can have some sort of intimacy, but still be public enough so everybody feels safe.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she kept saying, I look like this. I look like this. And I was trying to figure out what in the fuck she was talking about. Because she looking like she from K&A.
That part. That part.
Now, I'm saying at the end of the day, if her expectations was a little bit different and she was truly, genuinely interested in that man, that was a conversation to have at the Starbucks over a tea, a coffee, a scone, a lemon bar, pound cake, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
She could have explained to him, this wasn't really my expectation of a date, but because I'm genuinely interested in you, this is fine. We can get to know each other, but for future references, I like these sort of places. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can plan for it better next time. Or she could take the initiative and say, you know what? I'll plan the next one so you can kind of see where I'm at with it. Right. But that tells me she was not genuinely interested in that man if the first thing she did was run to her followers to try to expose that.
Absolutely.
Expose somebody you say you genuinely interested in, and somebody who potentially could be a part of your life, which means they will reappear on your social media. Now you open yourself up to all kinds of ridicule and judgment down the line. So that man dodged a bullet. I believe at the end of the day, that woman's self-worth is whatever she decides it is, and she had every right to complain. But complain back in the house to your followers and just sit there looking. Like the man said, you can get anybody to take you out to a more, I guess, expensive date or an exclusive experience, Have them do it. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much I agree with all of you. I feel as though first and foremost, things are no longer personal. For everything to be on social media is ridiculous to me. You don't have to know where you're going, who you're with, that you're going out on a date. Like, I think that's insane. For you to pull out your phone and then say, "Look at me," and I'm sorry, look, you look like Meth Beth, okay? With the dollar store earrings, the
Crazy.
prom dress, the jagged edge teeth. Like, stop.
Oh
Like,
shit.
really, let's really
The
stop.
jagged edge teeth is
Let's really
crazy.
stop. Let's call a spade, like right now, for real, for real. Like, you, sis, did you see that man? Okay. In comparison, and look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But if you looking at that man, as I am a woman looking at that man, he was way out of her. No, there was just no comparison whatsoever. He really downgraded. A coffee date, I think that's a perfect first date. I think that when you exchange phone numbers or you meet somebody, hey, let me take you out. Me personally, I don't care where we go. We can just go for a walk in the park, because that very first date should be something intimate between the two of you, so that there's no interruptions. You can get a chance to know each other. I see you, cuz, look like a pinky toe that was smashed at the edge of the bed. Facts.
Yikes.
Meth Beth. Like, you, I, look, it's Hump Day Wednesday. Do you really want your meat in her mouth? Let's be real.
Oh
Okay?
shit.
Let's
Right.
be real. Okay? It is Hump Day. But yeah, I agree with all y'all. I mean, her expectations were a little bit too high for a first date, in my opinion. And especially for the type of female that she was, that she exposed herself to be, she wouldn't be worth a second date.
And at the end of the day, like I'd be genuinely wanting to know, like, ladies, do it really matter where y'all go on the first date? Like, honestly, because if the point or the intent is to get to know that person and be with them in a social setting and have uh that face-to-face interaction and dialogue, right? It's less important about where y'all go, but actually spending that time to get to know each other.
Absolutely.
In my
That's
opinion,
what it's supposed to be
I just,
about.
I'm trying to figure out, what the ladies expect. Like, say for instance, because ultimately, right, when you set the tone for a relationship, it's in the dating phase,
Mm-hmm.
right? So at the end of the day, if you start the date going to Steak 48, and let's be honest, most people, that's a celebratory meal. Most people not eating there on a regular basis. At least everyday people, aren't, in my opinion, or in my estimation. So
Mm-hmm.
if you set that tone, that's going to be the expectation throughout the relationship. And for most of our incomes, that's special occasion eating. Okay.
Absolutely.
And
Not if you dine and dash.
I mean, to each his own, but I'm not about to go to
Jesus
jail.
Christ.
You going to jail?
Yeah, and listen, at the end of the day, I think it's less about where y'all go, and it's more important to have those intimate conversations so that you can get to know that person, because that's what that first date is it should be about. And right, it's about seeing if that initial attraction is still there. Do y'all have chemistry? Do y'all vibe? Are y'all feeling each other? If
Mm-hmm.
if the ambiance and her taking pictures, because let's face facts, the type of woman she is, she's not gonna be paying attention to shit if you take her to an extremely nice place. She's just gonna be her.
Absolutely not.
For her, for her, it's more about posting that she's there, posting the food to whatever audience that she has, and actually bragging about where she is, rather than paying him some attention and actually trying to get to know him.
Absolutely. I
Creamy, what's
absolutely
up?
agree.
Yeah.
Good evening, Creamy. Great show Monday. I will be tuned in. Okay, Devil's Advocate.
Oh yes,
Um,
I watched it yesterday on YouTube because I didn't get a chance to catch it live. The format is dope. I can't wait to see more of that, Creamy.
absolutely. Get ready for
Yeah,
my response to Monday.
yeah, I would like to shoot some topics your way. Yeah,
She
great show.
says, "Me too. Me too. No, I like coffee dates, quick and easy." That was Nikki. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a coffee date. Like, She was just doing the most.
And like
Plain
T.Y.
and simple.
said, to be honest, get a man credit for even making a plan to go out.
Absolutely. It could have been like,
I
yo,
don't know
you want to
about
do a
that.
Netflix and chill type thing? I mean, look.
I
Look at what
I
it
don't know if
was.
he
I
gave
could
credit.
he could have been like, yo, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Mm.
Leandra, you can watch on the Head Nerds in Charge YouTube page, also the Head Nerds in Charge Facebook page.
But again, like I said earlier, checking out her teeth. Do you really want to trust your meat in her mouth? Okay. So on to the next. On to the next.
If you have a chance, click the link and come on and tell the people about it. If you have the opportunity to. I know you be working all the time.
When Nikki says, see now, I'm not giving credit for that man
You'll be working.
making plans. That should be given. Yeah, that should be a given.
Yeah.
Michael Montgomery, hush up.
I'm not a real big believer in giving people credit for shit that they should be doing. So making plans, I don't think you deserve credit for that.
Shut up, Mr. Montgomery. Anyway, keeping it moving. Let's get to something funny to kind of break it up a little bit before we get into this next video. Producer.
Yo, I saw this, and it's a collage of funny videos, like pranks on people. I thought it was hilarious. I think it might be a little early for this one because these next two videos go so hard in the paint. Y'all definitely gonna need a break. But check it out.
Wait and
Hey! Chris texted you.
where's the phone?
TV.
Jesus fucking!
That nurse
Break
people
that
are
man
so
laptop, man.
Yo, boy, the purple look like he broke his neck. Snapping back like that.
That lady in the scrub, she peed on herself. I can tell.
She definitely
She's
did.
clutching.
That reaction is so priceless. Like,
Between that and the Chucky doll for me.
Yeah.
That would have been too much for me right there.
Hey,
You don't wake up to see nothing like that.
see, I would have been pissed because that was a MacBook, and that joint might be broke after that.
As long as you got insurance, you
Hope
good.
you got insurance. I buy
That's what
insurance
insurance
for
is
all my
for.
electronics. Fuck that.
Ooh.
Can't afford to take that hit.
No, that's a big L.
I didn't
All
know
right.
it had a neck.
Yo. Whew. It's always good to have a little laugh. That laughter is a cure for the soul. That's my biggest belief. Always try to wake up with a smile. So with that being said, let's get into something serious.
You stole
Huh?
You stole ant shit. With that being said,
I say that on a daily basis, though.
The fat Faison liar.
The
Don't do
Ant
that
Money
to me.
effect.
You know good and damn well I say that. Long as
No
you know-
bouquet,
I'm gonna fight you. You just wait till I see you next time.
is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them.
Look, Creepy said, not with that being said.
All right, so with that being said, now, producer, let's get to this next video. I wanted to get everyone's opinion, especially the ladies. Please pay attention to this video because this man, I feel as though is speaking a lot of facts here. But again, freedom of choice, freedom of speech. We all entitled to our own opinions. And I would definitely like to hear everyone's opinion. So put your comments below in the chat or join in and interact with us.
What happened to my whole screen? Like,
See? Oh, damn. He got somebody over there sitting in his lap. I think that's what it is. It's Hump Day Wednesday.
I already said in the
promise you, it's nobody here but me.
Ain't nobody sitting in your lap over there?
No, I promise you, it's nobody here but me and the kids.
He ain't got a titty in his hand or something, Aunt.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Auntie house tonight.
I keep telling you, got the Midas touch, them 7 minutes. Everybody want that 7 minutes of heaven now.
Whoa.
I don't have nobody on my lap. I don't even know where that would come from.
Yeah, Creamy, you heard that too. He said, "What happened to my hoes?"
Oh, I missed that. Probably have to.
I heard
watch that.
I ain't gonna lie, that's what I thought he said at first too.
See, I told you she ran up to the bathroom. He had a titty in his hand.
Heard it.
I don't know.
My hole was just right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the video at the bottom of your screen? You got a producer login, right?
No, I'm not in the producer's login.
All right, well, hold on. I'm gonna have to reset my computer right quick. So
okay.
Just talk.
Well, y'all, you go ahead and do that.
Y'all
and
know
the fellas will discuss.
The next 7 minutes, right?
Yo, Aunt, you wild for that one? You wild for that?
I gotta fix my screen.
Yeah, hello, where my hoe at?
Crazy.
Where my hoe at? But anyway, back to that first video. Is there anything extra you guys would like to add to that before we get into this next serious deep topic? Because I'm telling you, this one is really going to get you.
I think that it kind of reminds me of something I saw a couple weeks ago on a Joe Budden podcast when a guy was saying like, yo, like when y'all go out, how do y'all get girls? And the dude was like, what do you mean, how do we go out and get girls? I see the girl on Instagram, I slide in her DM, we go back and forth. I don't really need her phone number. He was like, damn, y'all don't really get phone numbers no more? And he was like, no. But with people not really communicating like over the phone, it leads to conversation that wouldn't be had or stuff that you miss. Because if you text back and forth, you really can't get a feel for the person. I mean, you already not completely getting a feel for the person in the beginning anyway. But if y'all just texting and y'all not actually talking, you're not picking up on stuff. So he could have said like, yo, what about a coffee date? Her being a person that expects to go out on extravagant dates, hence the way she showed up, she probably looking at it like, maybe he joking, because also that's another thing with text. You perceive it the way you read it the way you perceive it to be read. So you might not necessarily be reading it in a tone that the person is talking. So he could have flat out told her like, hey, what about a coffee date? And she's like, he's talking about a coffee date. I mean, a lot of misconceptions can be made based off of the way somebody texting.
So based off of how you just described, like you'll just slide us in my DMs. If you're on somebody's page, what are you looking for within a person to say, okay, yeah, I can take her out, or let me slide her DM and see what she's talking about? Is there like a do's and don'ts?
Pictures. I'm looking for ads. I'm not looking to figure out her life at all when I'm looking through her Instagram.
Wait, say it one more time.
I'm looking for her bikini pictures, her ass shots. I'm not looking to figure out her fucking life.
I thought that's what you just said. You looking for ass shots. So Phil, to you, sir, when you're looking to court.
Yeah, I'm a little more serious.
How do you court in these days and times? And what are you looking for? Your do's and don'ts.
Well, like again, so well, me and Aunt in the same boat. We both parents, fathers, daughters. So I'm looking at a lot of different stuff. When I'm looking on a page, I'm kind of so in a sense I'm looking at stuff that he's looking at, but I'm looking for a different reason. To see if this is the type of like activity or behavior I want around my daughters. If like if she got 100 pictures and 70 of them is booty pics and bikini pics, that lets me know that yeah, you're not the one for me because you're looking for that type of attention. It just immediately tells me something is not, like you're looking for validation. Also, so when you have a conversation with people before you actually go on date, I love to throw stuff out there, like just a conversation. Oh, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite color? Da, 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 and then just mention some restaurants. And that way, I got an idea of one what she want to do, what she don't want to do. But if
Mm-hmm.
a girl is only mentioning expensive places, that let me know that like there's probably no substance there. You definitely not the one for me because the most of these people that I've never even been to State 48. I never had a reason to go. But most of these women that's actually asking for these expensive places to go to is because they never been there. They're trying to get niggas
So
to
I
take them
was
there.
thinking the same thing.
I
I was
don't
thinking
They
the
never
same
been
know.
thing.
there.
Like, 'cause my thing
Like
is,
like
can you afford to go there yourself?
like if none of these bitches been to McDonald's, they all be wanting a Big Mac. Like that's just how it is. So but you got to pick up on that. For me, I'm pretty good for the most part. I'm pretty good about picking up on it, like on energy. But you learn a lot of stuff about people through conversations. I don't just jump in nobody's DMs or text them and just the next day we out about like no, I gotta know stuff about you. I need to make sure like your situation cool. I need to make sure ain't no baby dads pull up and I gotta whoop somebody's ass and vice versa. Like I don't got time for none of that stuff.
Yeah. All
I
right,
mean,
cuz you really looking
I
for
don't
anything?
necessarily, I
Put
don't necessarily,
TY.
I don't necessarily agree with that point about the expensive restaurants because it's a lot of like me personally. I make good money, but I don't usually do expensive restaurants because I don't really care for expensive restaurants for that experience. There's some
Yeah.
people that truly just enjoy those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not one for. I'm not for going to a place paying for the little ass plate. But
Yeah.
some people really do enjoy that. I think that's something that should be communicated. And also, honestly, when I look through pages, I am looking for pictures of what that person looks like in a bikini or dressed up. But honestly, I don't. I look at I look at social media as pure entertainment because looking at my social medias, you would never get any true idea of my life. And that's kind of how I treat other people's social media. I don't
Yeah.
expect you to put real pertinent things up there. And there are some people that put everything online. But for the most part, I just don't believe anything because I'm not going to see your real struggles on social media. I'm not going to see, I'm only going to see your highlight reel. So I really don't look through people's social media for anything tangible.
Okay.
I want
Okay.
to see that ass looking like my.
Oh God. So to answer TY Moses' question, I'm looking for something genuine. Well, I can't even say I'm looking. If it finds me, it's cool. I'm not out here looking. If it's there, it's there. But I definitely do want something genuine. Like I'm at a certain age. I'm not trying to play around with nobody. Mm-mm. Nope. I want something that's going to last. I am actually dating with intention. So when I'm meeting somebody, I'm asking a bunch of questions because I want to know that we're evenly yoked. Are you dating with intentions as well? What's your future looking like? What are you trying to get into? It's for me, it's not about pants jumping because you're not getting it.
Wow.
Producer, have you found that video yet? You got that girl off that soundboard yet?
Told you it
Really?
was going to take 7 minutes.
Oh, it hasn't been 7 minutes yet? Shit, I wasn't even timing. Was
Like
anybody
even with
looking
my
at your
tour,
watch?
what I'm doing, right? Like
Y'all ready to be
I,
serious?
I'm
All
ready. You
right,
ready?
all right, damn.
by this time next year, I'm giving out reparations. I'm like,
And listen, the comments need to come real time on this video because
Absolutely.
it's kind of long. So if you have an opinion based off what you're hearing and or seeing, make sure you drop the comments in because we're gonna pause the video from time to time to discuss certain points.
I'm doing a lot in my community, right? And for black people. I don't care, but I'm talking about black people. My whole message point is for us. Now, when you talk about slavery, right? We talk about systemic racism. We talk about the Willie Lynch letter, right? We talk about, the black man.
Damn, man, I had to bring y'all this video. I think it's a real informal video. Y'all stick around and watch it, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. Let's get into the video, man.
Is God, right? We talk about, the greatest soldier in a white man's army being the black woman and the black woman being the pawn. And then they figured out early on through slavery that because they were killing us, right? But they figured out if we get the black woman or we get the whole joint, Okay, so
You know why? Go ahead. I want you to explain why, because I think
Let's
people
stop
need
it right
to.
here.
Okay.
My question is, why did she feel the need to cut him off while he was still trying to articulate his sentence? He was trying to get his thought across. Because what he was saying right there, it definitely was some truth within what he was saying, as far as the black woman being the weapon. Once they pretty much got that down pat, they knew how to get to the black man. But why did she feel the need to cut him off?
And
I
I
think she
just
was
want
so
to.
taken aback by that statement that it was like, hold on. Did he really just say that? I mean, that's a pretty controversial statement.
It is,
I
however,
respectfully, I don't think it's a controversial statement at all. And
if
for
you
people who've had these conversations, when you start to look at systemic reasons on why we do what we do and where we are, to address them properly so that we break those generational curses and cycles, this is always part of that conversation. And personally, one of my biggest pet peeves is for me not to be allowed to get a thought out. That fucking, like, I should, like, listen, if I gotta tell you more than once, I don't even want to talk no more. Like, it's over.
it's like I always say, you'll understand what a person is saying if you allow them to get their whole thought out. Just let them finish speaking, because a lot of times your questions will be answered. Just let
I
them
think that's
finish
very
their
ironic
sentence.
you ought to stop the video about stopping a video.
You know what, Aunt? Shut up. Producer, play the video.
but I get to that, but I want to finish the messaging point, right? I like to keep it cohesive for myself. I might forget a lot of information here. So, what they did was they made the black woman hyper masculine, right? And they made you and me as we're studs. We're gonna be in the field. We're handy, right? And I think, and I'm trying to kind of connect it all because he made a valid point, right? The government empowered black women to strategically move the position of power from the black man.
Move the power from the black man.
Right?
Yeah.
So now the black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man, and then it becomes perpetuated over generations. So with slavery, what they did was they take us, they call it buck breaking. They do it, gang bang us, rape us, cut our balls off in front of the black woman, and then before they kill the black man, they'll make the black, after they did him dusty, they'll chain him up, right? Look, they'll chain him up, right? They'll chain him up.
Bro, he's speaking facts. I'm not gonna pause it too much because you're really talking, but
right here, Shannon. Do you all agree with what he said?
I would need a little bit more further detail than what he gave.
As far as how the government pretty much puts the black man in a box and emasculates the black man in front of the black woman. So now she doesn't respect him.
I get that, but this is why I really understood why she stopped him where she stopped him, because you went from talking about that to jumping to present day. No, she stopped you in that moment because I think controversial might have been the wrong word to use. I think that what he said just really threw her a loop. And it was like, hold on, I need you to explain that to me. Because I don't think he thoroughly explained that point yet.
I can disagree with that, because just by what he said, me personally, I understand exactly where he's coming from. I see that TY also does. He's on a roll with correct facts. Creamy, she hates everything about what he's saying. Body language says it all. That is pure facts. The way her lips are pursed up, she's tense, like she really wants to get in there and kind of just debunk everything that he's saying right now. But she has to understand, we're not talking about, the subject isn't about the black woman. The subject and what he's speaking about is the black man, and how the black man is perceived in the black woman's eyes within today's society, and how the government has a lot to do with that. And I can't say all black women, but certain black women take it and they do run with it, and they don't have the respect for that black man anymore. I think that's why we have such a disconnect, because there's no respect there. There's no respect and there's no communication. Without positive communication and reinforcement, where are we? We're broken just like we are right now.
I
And
think you may
I,
also be speaking from a perspective of somebody that watched the complete video. Without me seeing the complete video, I can't get there yet.
Okay, I can respect that.
can I address this comment from Nikki right quick? She said, I think black men make black women have disdain for them. At some point, we cannot blame the system. And I agree with what Nikki is saying. However, this point of dialogue comes from trying to get to the root of the issue, right? Because when you break down stuff systemically and you follow those historical breadcrumbs and in a progression of why we interact with each other the way that we do nowadays, you'll start to see how what he's saying is directly affecting how we deal with each other nowadays. And I will say Nikki is right, because a lot of times black men, and let's be equal opportunity here, and black women do things to each other in the very early stages of dating. When we first get on the dating scene, none of us was looking for monogamy. And for the ones who were looking for monogamy, men and women, they were looking for it in all the wrong places. And they tried to get that partner to conform to what it is that they needed. And it just wasn't happening. And let's be honest, a lot of men got into relationships with a lot of the same women that look a certain kind of way, because all the men were after that certain type of woman. And then all the women were after these certain type men, knowing on both sides, these men and women weren't faithful. Yeah, they looked good. Yeah, they had money, but they also had what we call options, and a lot of them. So you wasn't going to get them to commit, no matter how hard you loved them, no matter how much money he or she spent, no matter how many babies he or she had with you, you were never going to get them to commit. And that's where a lot of that disdain come from, because they are bitter. And I'm talking men and women are bitter because those people that they chose, remember, these are choices that you're making, that they didn't turn out the way that they wanted them to turn out, or they didn't conform to what they needed them to conform to for them. So yeah, that's where I believe that this thing comes from, and it all can be traced back to what this man is saying. But like Aunt said, we got to listen to the whole conversation. Hey, Brandy, and happy belated birthday to you, Brandy.
Happy belated birthday, Brandy.
Happy belated birthday.
All right, we're going to
Let's get back to the video.
It's crazy how when he said the government has made the black woman the same black man, bro. I felt that deep in my soul. But we see it now. But I'll have to go to a whole nother subject to really break it down. But he's speaking facts.
Beat him within an inch of his life and then unchain him and then rape and do that to the woman. And then the woman is looking at the man like, come save me. But mentally he's dead. He doesn't even have no fight in him. So now she doesn't even have no respect for you. You fast forward to this generation, black women don't respect black men at all. And when you understand that, and it's a lot, so I'm trying to make it like simple, right? Because a lot of people.
Can I just pause it right here real quick and say something about what he just said?
Sure.
When he says a lot of black women don't respect black men. Yes, it can be traced back to that. But we also got to remember that black women don't feel protected in our community. I did a whole symposium about it. And ultimately, I believe that's where a lot of this thing comes from as well, because it's now what I like to call compounding trauma. Compounding trauma. You take the black man out the goddamn house, and the woman is forced to what? Be both mother and father.
Mother and father. Yep.
Express that hyper masculinity, right? You have somebody who come around who expects a man who come around and expect them to be feminine. Well, a lot of women don't trust black men at that point to be able to, one, lead, two, be able to keep their word, and three, make sure they're protected. DeAndre, what's not true? And again, the link is in the chat. If you feeling like
you're not clicking that link.
No, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I mean, just look at how things are when it comes down to welfare. We'll give you a certain amount of money every single month, as long as you don't have a man in the household.
it's just crazy.
The government
Give me good
practically is
times any day
taking the
over
man out of the household.
They respond emotionally and not intellectually. And there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. You don't even love black men. You don't even know who we are. You don't give a fuck about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass. And that's it. Okay? So it's important that black men understand what was done to us and why it was done to us. It's also important that black women understand their position in systematic racism and how they're being utilized to destroy their whole family and their whole community and whole generation. Okay? Now, a black man's role is to be the protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, and leader. I'm a man,
Producer.
Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Producer.
You have your opinion, I have mine.
Right. I'm just giving it. And producer.
Right. I got you. You have what you want to put in, right? And so I'm saying protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. Right? Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. A woman's role is wisdom and balance. Okay? Now, the black man gets his provision. He gets his provision, right? From God. And what happens is there's a vibration. It's a lot, so I'm trying to make it simple, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you're around an alpha and you're around you in that frequency, right?
Alpha what?
Man. Right? And that energy, that frequency, right? It can throw some shit off.
Yeah.
Because you're conditioned not to even be around that shit. And then you become sensitized, not desensitized. You're very sensitive to that energy, and then now you don't know how to read that energy. You think he's narcissistic. You think, no, he's where he needs to be to take his place. So I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity and be more self-contained. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Don't give me no keys. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna go to God. And when you don't want to fit my program, bye. Go.
Thank you.
You're not needed. You're dangerous. I don't want to bear seed with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to be your friend. I'm staying away from you. And there's a lot of black women that get it and they love the masculinity that we project. Black men, we project energy. Women receive energy. You see? So now, for the black women who are confused, right? A woman has to lead with 3 phases of love. The first phase of love is informative, right? So she's informing that black man of who he is. She's informing that black man that, yo, look, you get your provision. You're going to be the provider. You're going to be the head of this household. Even if she's Oprah and he's broke, she's going to uplift him through the information. That's the first phase. The second phase is unconditional love.
Bro, it's like everything he's saying is completely.
Put up DeAndre's comment.
I definitely got a message for DeAndre. Okay.
Nobody is picking welfare over a man. Those women have to turn to welfare to survive because the man is not providing in those situations. The government is there to help her because he's not.
Stop the cap.
Now, I can explain to you exactly what's going on in these situations, right? Because you have women, and let me put Nikki comment up, right? Because she makes a great point, in my opinion, right? She makes a really good point because I be feeling the same way, and I feel like a lot of women are allergic to this. Nikki said enough is enough. Take accountability for your actions. We as black people are words of people who think sound good. However, at some point, people need to change the narrative. I agree. Now, to borrow from Ant, with that being said, right? Andrew make it a point to say that no women aren't choosing the government over a man, right? Let me get her comment back up there because I don't want to, misquote. Nobody is picking welfare over a man. Those women have to turn to welfare to survive because the man is not providing in those situations. Where's the accountability? Who picked said man?
You know when you got a bum.
From day one, you know exactly who that man is. You know exactly who he is from day one. You make that decision. You made that choice to lay down with that man and have kids. Whether he's in the streets, drug dealer, working at McDonald's, you have to stop the entitlement thinking he's supposed to provide you a certain lifestyle when you know he's not capable and he's not willing. You keep collecting the red flags. You keep playing in the circus thinking this clown is going to somehow transform into Prince Charming and be everything that you need him to be.
Mm-hmm.
You chose that man, and now you need the government. Most women not going to do the good times. They're not going to scratch and survive with no man. They're going to choose the welfare. They're going to choose the welfare and have him out of the house because they feel like at the end of the day, that's more opportunity, which is insane.
Absolutely.
Insane.
I know, just speaking me personally.
So my point is, do not blame it on welfare, Deandra. Then who do you blame it on at that point?
I blame it on the individual as well.
Yeah.
I remember I took a class. I took the class that John Street taught at Temple, and he said one of his biggest disappointments or things that he looked back at his past and wish that he could change is he wished that he didn't put forth such an initiative to change public housing. So he said when he thought about changing public housing, he thought about it like riding through Richard Island and looking at how dilapidated some of the buildings were and stuff like that. But he said what he actually did was made it so nice that people that would have the ambition to leave the projects, because the projects was never supposed to be a generational thing. Now they don't really have that same ambition and they choose to stay because it's so nice now.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you do have a choice when it comes to being on welfare. Welfare isn't something that is just given to you. It's something you have to.
It's not supposed to be permanent.
Right. You have to apply for it and you have to reapply for it. If that person doesn't have the ambition to say, you know what, I get it. It's a such thing as working poor. But there are people that just are content with getting welfare. That's not the system's fault. That's that person's fault for not having the ambition to want more from life and to want to do more.
Just being pure lazy.
Right. I can't
thinking
put
that that's the easy way out. Saying that's the easy way out.
At this very point, times are rough, and I can understand a person needing that extra assistance. But while you're getting this assistance, it should be nothing more than a helper for the time being as you're trying to figure shit out. It should, all right, when this is over or when I gotta re-up, all right, I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to stay there. You should be looking to get past it.
Absolutely. My question for the ladies in the comments: if you meet a guy, he has no job, he has no ambition to get a job, he's giving you all the red flags of he's a bum and doesn't want anything out of life, and is always looking to you for everything. Facts. I'll agree with you on that because you see a lot of that. But if you know this man has no ambition, he has no drive, he's a procrastinator, and he has children, and is not a father to either one of his children or that child, does nothing for that child, are you going to then open up your legs and have a baby with this man, knowing that he's already not taking care of the one that he got now or the others that he has right now? Because I see a lot of that. I see a lot of females who date these men that know that they have absolutely nothing and don't want anything and have multiple children, but yet will sit up there and think that he is the man of their dreams and will cock their legs open, have sex with this man, unprotected, mind you, have babies, and then have the expectation of him now taking care of your child. Well, he just showed you. He's not doing that. So what makes you so special? Then now all of a sudden, he's going to take care of your child.
Yeah, they think they special.
That's the problem. You're not changing anybody. There's nothing about you. There's nothing about your vagina that's changing a man. Because guess what? All females have vagina. Okay? So there's nothing special about yours that's going to make him do something different than what he showed you he wasn't doing already in the first place. So that's your fault. I blame you. Sorry. Just is what it is. And to his point, his last point that he made before we paused it, you won't see a lot of females that's at an Oprah status that will date a Stedman. You're not going to see that because a lot of women nowadays.
Stop disrespecting my cousin. Stedman is my cousin. We're not going to do that.
A lot of women nowadays, as a reference, a lot of women nowadays are not going to date someone who makes less than them. They're just not, because their thing is, okay, well, what are you going to do for me? Why is it that I have all this money, I'm bringing this, I have this great job, and what you're doing is mediocre. I'm making 6 figures. You're making what? 30,000, 40,000 a year. What's that going to do for me? A lot of women they're not going to have it for that man at all, which is sad because that man may have a lot of potential. At least he's working. He provides a check, don't he? So why are you looking down on somebody? Why don't you want to build that person up to get to where you are instead of downplaying what he's doing right now? That's all. Continue with the video.
Fact, but if you look at that black woman face, it's like she wanna say something against that so bad. You know, I could just say, even though he's right, it's like she just don't want to heed to it. She want to combat him. I could see it in her face, you know.
Unconditional. She's loving and she's loving, she's loving, she's loving. Then the last phase of love is tough love, accountability. The problem is a lot of our women are conditioned to lead with the accountability first, and they don't set the table with informative love and unconditional love. See,
this nigga
comes off as disrespect and combative
all the time.
Yeah.
But again, this is why black men need to be in tune with self. And when that woman is argumentative and she want to talk, and every 5 minutes she want to get a word in, and she just can't shut the fuck up, let her go. Don't beat on her. Don't catch no cases. Let her go. Literally let her go.
Yeah.
And you vet her with your frequency. You vet her with your vibration. I walk in some rooms and I get around certain black women and I start talking. They can't stand me. Good.
Right next to
Good. Next. Bye.
Why is that?
Just like her. Just like her, bro.
Because I just told you, a lot of black women are not used to a black man that has confidence. A lot of black women are not used to a black man who...
Wait. I just want to clarify. You saying that black women can't stand you because of your confidence?
1,000,000%. A lot of them.
I think it's
because I'm a nigga. I'm a op. I'm a blood. I'm a fuck boy.
Wait,
I'm a trick.
Who are saying these things?
We're saying what I'm. You got to understand this is for the camera.
I don't.
I got you, but I'm saying it right. So you maybe you understand later, maybe you won't. It's okay. I'm a op.
No. Just hold on one second.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions because we have an audience.
No, for sure.
And I want our audience to understand what you're saying.
They do understand.
No, it's cool. I know my audience. So what I'm saying is that I just want you to kind of be responsive when I'm asking you so that we can have clarity when we do our clips. That's all.
The clips that make sense. I mean, I do this all the time. So I'm a op.
Okay, sir.
I'm a blood. I'm a crip. I'm a scammer. I'm a jack boy. I'm a nigga. I'm a rap. I'm everything but a god.
Everything but a man.
And then they use music, right? They use crack in the 80s to break down black communities. Now they're using music, right, as a way to break down the communities. Every time.
Man, bro, he's speaking complete facts, and she hated, bro. She hated. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, but a lot of black women do not like confident black men like this. They want the feminine man. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy.
Every time you turn on a song, eat my ass, my butthole is brown.
So can I stop right there and ask the ladies a question?
Sure.
Is that a fact? Like, do women nowadays want more feminine men? Because I had seen the push for this thing called toxic masculinity, right? Okay. All right. I see it. Man, I see you.
No, I want a man to be a man. I don't want a feminine man. I'm the feminine one in the relationship. I'm the woman. I wear the dress. I wear the panties. Okay. Um, Me personally, I agree with what he's saying. Love on that man. Y'all supposed to love on each other, but we are the nurturers as women. Love on that man. Show that man affection. Build him up. However, when the time comes, hold him accountable. Now, a lot of times, females don't or can't or won't hold a man accountable. But in the same token, a lot of men run from that accountability as well. They don't want to hear it. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But as far as a woman wanting a
So,
feminine man, I
So
don't see that.
so what does accountability look like for a woman coming from a man? What does that look like?
so
Accountability. If it, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Phil.
So no, so when we talk on accountability, when I'm gonna use an example because a lot of women will get offended. Some, maybe some in this chat, a lot of y'all are a lot more mature. But if you tell a girl like, don't post that, like that's too revealing, a lot of women to take that as you trying to control her. No, I'm telling you that like that's not something that's going. It's a good representation of your parents, or your grandparents, or your family. You shaking your ass on the internet, and then we talk about music. Uh, the same people that say like they don't want their girls out here twerking and stuff like that will sit in the car and listen to Sexy Red while their kids in the back seat. So like when we talking like accountability and like things, because all I'm here like I'm seeing a lot in the comments, like everyone is like pushing it back to like somehow it goes back to a man. If this girl I met is not ready to be in a relationship or she doesn't understand accountability or this and that, oh, it's because of her dad. Like at what point if y'all but if it's us, I can't say, well, the reason I don't know how to love is because my mom didn't love me correctly. Y'all gonna tell me to man up. I'm 37 years old, I gotta get it together. So like it gotta be both ways. It can't be well when it's women it's one way and when it's men it's another way. Like if we gonna say like if the issue is the issue, then the issue is the issue no matter the gender. If it's bullshit, then it's bullshit no matter the gender.
I agree. That's a good point, Ron. Absolutely. As far as accountability, like you were asking, Shannon, um, maybe it can be, and I'm just throwing something out here. Maybe it could be an action that he took, and she's telling him or showing him how to love her. This is what I need you not to do. And honestly, this is something that we've spoke about before. This is something that should be spoke about in the beginning of the relationship before you even get into there, what your boundaries are. Sometimes people will go over your boundaries and they'll do things that will have the capacity to hurt you emotionally. Um, and you have that conversation. You sit down with them. Look, I dislike when you did that. Please don't do that anymore. Have a conversation about it. Have positive dialogue about that. That's holding someone accountable for their actions. And a lot of times, females as well as males just don't want to hold themselves accountable, or they just don't care to. So that definitely is an issue.
So let me address this right quick. Nikki says we are the only race that have these discussions. They are not productive as a whole. Respectfully, I disagree. We having these conversations and these discussions because the state of our relationships and our communities, it needs to be addressed. And as far as it not being productive, it's not productive if you're not willing to receive the information. I've been saying the same shit on my show, hoping that it helps somebody out there or a woman out there. And I'll just give you an example. If a man asks you what you bring to the table, you automatically have this certain mentality that you snap into, right? When ultimately what he's trying to ask you is, all right, if it's just about sex that you bring, I can get that from anywhere. If it's just about you making a house, a home, like I can get somebody to cook, do laundry, all that. Men are looking for the title of Ron's show, a safe space to be men. Outside, we will be masculine. We will take on the everyday struggles of a black man, which is never taken into consideration when it comes to our community. And again, these discussions that Nikki thinks are unproductive and we don't need, right? We say when we walk out that door every day, this is what we're faced with. We're faced with jealousy. We're faced with the police. We're faced with the community as a whole. We're faced with the younger generation wanting to kill everything. We're faced with being discriminated against at our jobs, being belittled, being demeaned. And what do? We take all of that shit. You know why? Because we want to be protectors. We want to be providers. So when we come home and we step on the inside of that threshold to the door, we don't want to be in the jungle no more. We want a safe space to fucking land. Okay? We want somewhere where we can be vulnerable and still be respected. Not the shit that y'all be talking about, no bitch assness and these niggas is soft and they weak and they cry, like all of that shit. We're not looking for that.
Yeah.
You find yourself in a position where you single and you thought you had somebody good. Look at why they left. And I guarantee you it's because you wasn't listening to what the man was trying to tell you. I don't want to be out in the jungle all day and then come back in and still have to fight in the fucking jungle in the house. No, I want peace. The greatest moment of my day, every day, is when my daughters see me and they get excited. Hey, daddy, can I have a hug? They smiling and all that shit. So let's be honest here. Don't say we don't need to have the discussions if we still having the same issues in the community. And if you have a better solution, get on here and let me know so that we don't have to have a discussion. So that we all can get it and get it right and be happy, productive, and have a strong and build a strong community. We're self-sufficient.
I think another issue in our community is hyper independency. I think, and that's both men and women. I think a lot of women, they've dated men that wasn't shit, or they didn't have it. They had fathers that wasn't shit, and vice versa. I may have dated women that wasn't shit, and then through that, especially when you become a parent, like you get so used to doing anything on your own, that you've been accustomed to that for so long that when a man steps in and is trying to be a man, is here to take the trash out, is here to make sure you're okay. It's really just asking how your day is because you dealt with so many fuck boys and because so many men dealt with so many fuck bitches. Nobody knows how to receive that. Nobody knows how to like relax and allow people to do things for them. So when a man is like really just being in his element, being a man and trying to lead you, a lot of women again take it as control, take it as you telling them what to do, and it's like no, I'm being doing what a man is supposed to do. Because you ain't never seen one, you don't know how to react to it. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely think hyper independency is a problem. I see that with a lot of people. I see that with my sisters. I see that with my aunts. I'm hyper independent to an extent. So like, and a lot of that, again, we getting deep. Like it could be trauma. There's some therapy that needs to happen. Like there's a lot that has to go on other than these conversations. But I definitely believe that a lot of them, like this may not apply to you. Nikki is she's probably able to communicate with her boyfriends or the people she dates and stuff like that. But there are women out there that just can't. When you step in and you really saying like, wait a second, like that's not good to do that. Or I think you should do this that way. Or how about trying it this way? They're not even open to that. It automatically feels like control and someone taking over their life. And I think that's really
Nikki,
a deeper issue.
I agree, Ryan.
I agree. Nikki, you were better off with this statement that you made right here. These aren't really issues in my community with the people I surround myself with. But you took the approach of saying these discussions we don't need. And then you said this, we have to help each other, not tear each other apart. And what part of this discussion were we tearing each other apart?
And that's the purpose of having the discussion, is that we're coming together collectively to hear what one another has to say and how they feel, so that the next time we can get it right and build a stronger foundation.
That's it. That's it. Because ultimately, this information will reach somebody who needs it. You said he is blaming women for his struggles? Where? When did he say that? Everything I heard this man say is coming from a historical perspective and systemic racism and issues within our community when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, and it wasn't anything personal towards what he's struggling with. It was just he was basing it off of what he sees within our community and what Black men have had to deal with over the course of the years because of society, because of government. It wasn't anything personalized to his life. It's just unfortunately something that we deal with in the Black community.
Agreed. DeAndre said the problem is some men want to be a man when he sees fit for him. Well,
I don't agree with
this
that.
stems from, again, this stems from what kind of dating are you guys doing if you don't catch any of this before you fall in love or get digmatized or you in a relationship with a motherfucker? Like it's Jay-Z said, it's only so long fake thugs can pretend. I take that to go across all people. It's only so
Absolutely.
long you can wear that mask before it start cracking. At what
Mhm.
point do you start dating somebody? How long should you you date somebody long enough till you see them in every fucking season? You see them respond to every situation, trials and tribulations and triumphs. So
Nobody's
let's
doing it
stop
properly.
this with the let's stop this with the DeAndre with the some men want to be men when it fits them. No, a man is a man regardless of the time, date. He a man 24/7, 365. And just because you don't respect them as a man, when you see fit or you upset or you in your feels, don't make him no less of a man. Go ahead.
Absolutely. What you saying, Phil?
I think like the dating process is part of the problem. Like a lot of people, just to be frank, men and women, people are fucking too early. Like that's really what's that. I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. Like a lot of people, they meet people, they like them, and like you go on a couple days, you go out a couple times. The next thing you know, they over their house, just the house, and next thing you know, like y'all just kicking it. You know what I mean? And y'all don't went past even know anything about her parents and his upbringing and her upbringing. And next thing you know, somebody's pregnant. And you don't move so fast. And now this person is pregnant. This person, y'all both in y'all real emotional state because she's moody. And now that she's moody, it's causing you to be moody. And then you're showing your real reaction to real regular life shit. And then you realize, you know what? I don't even like her. And she realizes I don't like her
Mhm.
Because
either.
you don't
And
even
that's
know him.
and you don't even
Absolutely.
know her. I mean
Mhm.
I'm guilty of that. So like you and then that in the process of even before the child is born, you like like y'all don't separate it. And then when the child get here, y'all already co-parent before the child even here. So like
Absolutely.
the structure of the home is already gone before the child is even taking a breath. So like
Mhm.
we gotta go deeper, go all the way back to like people really dating properly, people really getting to know each other. Like don't like and it's not just in our community. It's probably all over, but it's mostly in our community, I guess. People really are just fucking too soon. Like you gotta stop. Like women gotta stop giving up, and so do men. Like stop. If people properly date like our grandparents did, like really took time and attendance and care to get to know somebody, I think it
Phil,
wouldn't solve all the problems, but I would probably say it'd chop that shit in half.
you know what's
I can
missing?
I can agree.
You know what's missing? And a lot of people
And,
not gonna like
and,
this. A lot of people not gonna like this. A lot of times, and I'm gonna speak from this perspective because I have daughters. A lot of times when your parents or great grandparents was coming up, you know who vetted that person before they was allowed to date that daughter? The
what's
father
that?
vetted that man. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: as parents, matter of fact, I challenge anybody within the sound of my voice to go back to when you introduced your parent to somebody you was dating, and they was honest with you and told you that person ain't no good, don't do it.
My,
How many of
my
y'all did it anyway?
My
Yeah.
grandmother told the woman I ended up marrying. My grandma told me the first day she met her. She said, "I don't like that girl. Her skirt is too high." And then because she's from the country, she's from deep in the south. Obviously at 18 and 17, you don't know any better. But looking back on it, everything it was like a prophecy. Everything my grandma said was gonna happen. And it was a lot of bad shit, but everything like my grandmother told me was correct. And
Mhm.
and again, like yeah, shame on me because but I'm a kid and I'm hard headed or whatever. But eventually, I became an adult. Eventually, I became a man. I got married as a man and still didn't listen. So like again, that's part of it. Like he's right. Like a lot of us just don't listen. A lot of us don't listen. Some of us really be knowing. Like this motherfucker ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, like when y'all was talking about the girls that be having kids, like women that I think I put in the comment, women don't have a problem with niggas that don't take care of their kids until the kid they not taking care of is the one they got behind.
Is the one they
Like
got.
that shit is
What I
perfectly
said.
fine. That is perfectly
Fact.
fine when he preaching to you. Oh, my baby mom's a problem. My baby mom's a problem. They ain't shit. They ain't shit. And then you get pregnant by him, and then that shit starts not working. And you realize, and you break up with them, and you realize like you buying diapers, milk, all that shit, clothes, socks, everything on your
both
own.
are best friends, right?
Yeah,
Both
yep,
they
and
moms are
that,
best
yep.
friends.
Now you reach out to other people. Now, oh yeah, that nigga ain't shit. But just a year ago, you wanted to fight her
He was
over
all in
him.
love. Yeah, he was all in
Yeah,
love. He was the
and
best
again,
thing since sliced
yeah,
bread. He
like
could do no wrong.
the red flags be there. We just don't pay him no mind in a good percentage of the situation. Like it's right in front of your face, and you just not paying no mind. You thinking again that you could change this person. You can mold people, but you can never change them.
I agree with both of y'all, especially with what you said, Ron, as far as y'all dating. It's just the dating standard. It's just people jumping things too fast. You meet somebody and then 2 months later, a month later, they pregnant. Like you don't even know that person. You gonna have a baby with them already? Like what are we doing? And then to sit there and say that a lot of people can have sex without emotion, that's not true. Because the moment you lay down with somebody and then you make it a multiple habit, you start to develop feelings for that person. That's just nature. That's what happens. So all that, oh no, no, stop the bullshit. Yep, you do have emotions, you do have feelings for that person. You're laying down with this person multiple times. That's going to develop a connection.
And in my experience, at least in my phase of dating right now, currently, like women are the ones that are trying to come over your house. Like it's not like I be suggesting, let's go this and that. Women
Bro.
are just like, what are you doing tonight? You got the kids, this and that. I got my kids every day. What are you talking about? Like, and it's just like, oh yeah, well, I was thinking I could come past this and that. Oh, you come past, we can sit outside, we can sit on the porch, we can sit in the car. You're not coming to my like, you know. And again, that could be a red flag with someone too, because if you like, why are you so eager to just have your body physically in my house? You get what I'm saying? So like, it's just I don't know. Like I remember again, it's such a long time ago when you actually like went out on dates and stuff, and you nobody came back to nobody's house like to like the third or fourth date or something like that. And it was really random. It could be like she bring you something to eat afterward. It was really like it was generic actually. Like that shit ain't going on right now. Ain't nobody bringing you no meals. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no man coming to change. No, ain't no man out here changing tires. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a
Not
real
true.
thing. Yeah,
Not
I'm
true.
yeah,
I done
yeah.
had a lot of Negroes change my tires, okay?
I'm saying, I'm saying, but that's the lower percent. When I say it's not none, I don't mean like everybody. I just mean like
I know.
probably.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's probably like it's probably one out of every seven dudes gonna come change a tire. It's probably one out of every seven women gonna bring you a meal. It's just not happening now. It doesn't happen
I,
because people feel like they're giving too much of themselves, and that's really basic shit you're supposed to do.
I
I agree.
want to end it on this positivity right here. Creamy said, I want him to know that when he in my presence, it's us. We cry together, pray together, and have a great time. I want my man to
Pray
feel
together is
safe
huge.
with me. Boom.
That's a very big deal because a lot of people don't even do that themselves anymore at all. Oh, thanks, Reek, for the stars. Thank you.
Oh wait, hold on. She dropping
We
stars.
got some stars. Yeah, we got some stars now.
All right, watch this.
All right.
Thank you, Reek.
Well, I think this topic got really heavy. And I forgot. Let's get into those sponsors. Let's end this right here. Let's get into the sponsors.
Say no more. And here's a word. Wait, yeah, from our sponsors. All right. I think we got one more ultra serious topic, and I think this one is going to be. Now, Nikki
And we
might
don't gotta
be
go through the
right.
whole thing.
I'm interested, right? Nikki, Creamy, and Sonia Carroll are in the chat. I'm very interested to see what they got to say about this one here.
All right, I just put the link out there too.
Link is in the chat if you want to join the conversation.
Please
Let's
do.
get into it. Tiff, intro this video. Like, what is this about?
All right, so this video was deep. And is one of my favorite comedians, TK Kirkland. And apparently he was on this podcast speaking to a lady about his children. He has several children in different states. However, he is an active father, however. And it kind of got a little heated because in her mind, he's supposed to be a particular type of
Don't
father.
give it away. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Okay.
Form their own opinions about how she's acting, what he's saying, and that interaction that they're having. Because I think it's uber important for people to go into this with an open mind. All right?
Absolutely. So without further ado,
And
how much you
again,
paying child support?
Yeah. I don't pay nothing in child support. Like, I'm a good dad.
Hold on, but you travel all the time.
Yeah,
They're
but I'm
all
still
in
a
different
good
states.
dad.
But you don't pay child support?
Why would I pay?
So pause. The automatic assumption is because now what you have to understand, child support is court mandated. Okay, it's court mandated, meaning the mother went to the courts and said, "Hey, I need him to pay child support to take care of these kids." She had to get the system involved because said father either wasn't given enough or nothing at all. Now, the automatic disdain she has from the gate, but you don't pay nothing. Wait a minute. If he's present and he's paying without being forced to, see, her preconceived notion already says that the government need to tell you to take care of your kids. This is already wild to me.
that's the biggest misconception. Because let me tell you something. I got 3 kids, and their father does not pay child support, nor would I ever run to the court for him to, because guess what? He takes care of his kids without me even having to ask. And when I do ask, he has no problem giving and vice versa.
Or right, Nikki, or the father went and put himself on it. The most famous example of that is 50 Cent. He was giving his kid's mom $500,000 a year. She kept saying it wasn't enough. So he went to the courts himself to get on child support, and he only ended up having to pay $6,700 a month. So that was a decrease for her. Great point, Nick. Great point. Great move by 50 Cent, too.
Pay child support.
So you take them to school every day. You take them to the doctor's offices. You take them to practices.
I mess with women that got.
And hold on. Child support is supposed to make up for the fact that he can't do all of that?
Absolutely not.
That mentality?
Absolutely not. That's ignorance. That statement was completely ignorant.
Sheesh.
They sells together.
Okay.
And
like a true toxic man.
But
you know what it takes physically? I would rather
Yes.
today, where I am today, I'm doing it alone.
Yes.
And it's hard. But you know how easy it is for me to go and work and make the money. I have to have a nanny, right?
Yes.
And she has to, like this morning, I'm at the radio station. She got to take him to school.
Yes.
She sometimes has to take him to practice.
But you don't have no help. My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With
No,
what? If you're not there
understand.
with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm
Now, Nick, I will rewind it for you if you need me to.
I think you missed it.
You might have
you
missed
missed it.
Yeah, you missed it.
Hold on, I'm gonna take it back a little bit, just in case you missed it.
My kids, I help their mothers.
That's their mother. How do you help them? With
No,
what?
you
If you're not there
understand.
with time and you're not there with money, how are you helping them?
Yeah, but I am there with time and I'm there with money.
How can you? You're one person, 7 kids, 7 states.
My kids are grown.
When they weren't.
I did it when they was grown.
They didn't grow.
When they was babies.
So they popped out of the vagina at 30?
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, no, what I'm saying to you, when my kids
So
was
from
born,
from 0 to 18.
Why are you acting like
yes,
how much?
a lot of time, and we're still close
What
to
are
this
the
day.
ages? Do you even know the ages?
Yes, 37 to 16.
No. Give me 6.
Yeah, 37, 32, 26, 22, 21, and 20 and 16.
So you have 3 that are a year apart.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they're all in the same state?
No.
So when those 3 kids, let's just focus on 3 out of the 17 you got. Those 3, they're growing up and they have to do like that. Those first 5.
Y'all catch the shade. 3 out of the 17.
Absolutely.
Did y'all catch the shade?
5 years of their lives.
Yes.
How
She's
often could
petty.
you have possibly been
That's
there?
true. But so
Were
what's
you
your
paying child support
so
then?
what's it? I don't pay child support.
Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move
Like,
on.
why would I pay child support?
Why are
I'm
you
not a
so
bum.
angry?
Because did you pay for their school?
Of course.
Okay, so by
But
child,
you talk so fast, you don't let people get their thoughts out.
you just kept saying I don't pay child support.
You're a judge.
No. You kept saying I don't pay
You
child
put
support.
people on the.
Okay, so
no,
all these
when
children
I say
you
I pay, no. Let's make sure we're clear. It's very important because I got my
So
parents.
child support, you're thinking
Let me finish my thought, darling.
Oh, 2x.
Thank you. Yeah, make sure. When I say don't pay, that's the communication gap.
Okay.
When you saying, what do I pay? You're thinking child support. I'm not giving anything.
I mean, right quick. Look at her body language.
She's a child.
Look
She's
at
a
her
grown
facial
child. A grown
She's
child that does
ignorant
not want to
and
hear what he has
condescending.
to say.
And because she's doing it all by herself, and her situation is that she assuming that
She's
everybody's situation is that situation, and it's like
she's
no,
speaking
motherfuckers do
personal.
co-parent effectively. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
speaking personal
Yeah,
experience. That man
she
is
think
paying for, he's giving them money, he's paying for their schooling, regardless
right.
if he got 7 kids in 7 different states. That man is putting out money for
Right.
all of this schooling. He's
This
not just not paying.
this one goes out to my man Ty. I'm surprised he didn't hit her with the bitch who raised you.
Yes.
T to the motherfucking K. But we gonna get back into it. But I just wanted y'all to know how body language.
I'm saying I take care of my babies.
Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, it looks like you take care of them.
Can you explain to me what it looks like for you to have taken
put
care of
the
second
school,
kids?
clothes, trips, etc.
Okay, what about they live in the house with their mom
Yes.
24/7, right?
Yes.
They live in their home. So do you
Right.
pay any of those bills in their house?
Yes, I did. They grown now.
We're gonna focus.
Yeah,
18
when they
and
was
down.
when they were kids, yes.
So the 16-year-old not right now. So you
Yes.
still have one that's underage.
Yes, and well taken care of.
What does that look like
It's
right
amazing.
now today?
It's amazing.
What does it look like?
What do you mean what it looks like?
For the 16-year-old right now, what does that look like? How do you take care of him? It's a boy, right?
Visit, we hang, go to games, etc.
School?
Yeah,
Pay
he
for
goes
it?
to school. Yeah, I don't
He
take
got
him
a car?
to school. No, he's 16. No.
So who drives him to school?
His mom.
So you pay for the gas?
No.
Do you pay for her car insurance?
No.
Do you pay for her car bill?
No.
Do you pay for her light bill?
No.
Do you give her money for food?
Of course.
How much?
Whatever she needs.
So every month you don't.
I don't see here.
So she has to ask you for
See,
it.
here's the thing. The structure.
Is she creating? She is pulling shit. Like OG got a phrase. He say he reserves this phrase for very special women. Okay. She is circling the goddamn airport right now. She wants to have either a viral moment so bad, or she trying to denigrate this man in front of her fans. Because you can tell by the way she looks and she's acting, she's a very strong feministic stance that her audience is used to. So
But she's
can't
making herself look
let
simple.
come up there and look like a good father.
But she looks stupid.
And she talking about light bill and gas in the car. Like, so this is like the biggest misconception, at least my opinion, about child support. Like, if you have a kid or not, you're still gonna have a light bill. You're still gonna have a car. You're still gonna have car insurance. The price of your car insurance does not change based upon having a kid or not. The price of your car note does not change based upon a kid or not. Your light bill might be up and down a little bit, but let's be real. Like the lights are gonna be on. So like when she's talking about like bills and stuff like that, like me personally, I don't believe in none of that. Like that should even be a conversation in a regular room, in a courtroom, when you're talking about child support, because I gotta pay gas, water, and electric. Like you're gonna have that shit.
Why is that an expectation? Why is that an expectation for him to have to pay the bills in her house and buy her food and pay her car note?
Child support is the food for a kid, clothing, and if they got like some type of tuition, but we should be splitting that shit down the middle. I don't give you extra because the kid live with you, and vice versa. You don't give me more because the kid live with me. You're gonna
I'll do you one better. That's paid monthly. I'm sorry, weekly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, week number 1, she get all the clothes the kid need. No, let's say week 1 and 2. She get all the clothes and the food the kid needs. Week number 3, tuition is taken care of for the kid. Week number 4, where does that money go to? Does that money go into a savings account for the kid, or is she spending it on gas, electric, water, insurance, and whatever else?
But most of these women spend that shit on themselves. Like
Respectfully, Ron, I don't want to say that, because ultimately, the fact that they are taking care of everything else in the house as the custodial parent, whatever they do to treat themselves, as long as all of those responsibilities are met, and they want to spend that money on themselves, I'm fine with that. As long as my kid is not lacking for, I'm okay with whatever she does with the money. Honestly, I don't care. As long as my kid, when I see him and we spend time together, they clean, well-groomed, got clothes, shoes, everything is taken care of. You do what you want with the money. I'm not going to pocket watch like that to be upset about what they spend it on. As long as the kid is taken care of and they healthy, I'm good with whatever it is that they do.
Most women, and this is how you're thinking. You're thinking, I need X, Y, and Z, but there's some women on this planet who move a certain way. And when they need something, because if you got your stuff together,
so how about you get your stuff together?
Some women will say, baby, I need this, and it's done.
Baby, you are my baby daddy.
No.
We made a mistake, right? Remember?
There you go again.
We made a mistake. Did y'all just catch that?
Like, is that what you think of your kids? Your kids are a mistake. Like, she's just so immature. Like, look at her. She's
crazy. Okay, I'm just saying, I caught it.
And with the energy and your toxic energy,
I'm not toxic.
And the
I
way,
am matter of
let me finish.
factly.
And your energy influences negativity. You don't stay calm.
No.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Ron, can you imagine being her kid's father?
I wouldn't. And she actually, before she started talking, she's a very pretty woman. But I would immediately, when she started talking, like she talking like that, I would immediately been turned off. She got to put up. Yeah, I'd have took her back home. Like, I'm dropping you off.
I'm giving you my point. When you do all that and the tone of your voice creates that.
Just to make a point, the man in the last video said what? About the energy that you put out there. There's another man telling you the energy that you putting out there, the energy that you getting on, displaying affects the people around you. The
just
tone
blatant
of the conversation.
No respect at all. You don't respect this man, and you're basically calling him a bad father because he's not paying child support. He doesn't have to pay child support because he's taking care of his children. Right. So all these scenarios that you're trying to create makes absolutely no sense, because the bottom line is this man is telling you what you're not trying to listen to him because you're trying to overtalk him. There are certain things that he does financially for all of his kids, not just some of them, all of them, which is a huge help to their mother.
So I would love to have her have a conversation with Nick Cannon. Deandra, you missed it. Deandra said she might have a baby father that goes over and beyond for her kids, so her view may be different. No, you missed it. She just said that she was a single parent and that she
does everything on her own,
doing it all by herself. So to me, it feels like a little bitter.
That type of energy. Right. So what I'm saying to you is there's people on this planet that just totally move a different way. You're not child support. You're not a judge. All you can do is say what you would like for your life. You can't say what's good for somebody else's life because everybody moves.
There is not one mother. Find me one.
Please pay attention to this part. Please pay attention to this part, because this shit triggered the shit out of me.
One mother in this world, I don't care what language they are, what country they're from, one mother that is okay with raising time-wise
I'm listening.
and financially their child, with the dad saying, yeah,
I know 5 of them.
Call them right now.
No, I'm not gonna call them.
I want you to call one woman right now to tell me I'm cool with
I don't do that.
I thought so.
No.
I thought so.
I'm 63. We don't do that.
Woman.
Let me
say
to you what I mean.
Quick.
When you grown.
5. They're 5 to 5.
You see this?
You don't have to move that way. When you're grown, you don't have to prove that. What I'm saying
we're having a conversation to educate other people, and if you can show me one woman.
So there isn't a woman out there. Let me just give you a quick scenario right quick, right? Just to make it simple for her. There isn't a woman out there who may recognize that having the kid's father in their life time-wise or financially could be detrimental to the kids and their upbringing and their morality and their thoughts and views.
But Shannon, I'm trying to understand why she would bring that scenario up when he just blatantly said, I help them financially. So why would you even bring that up again as if this man said to you prior, I don't do anything financially? She has this tunnel vision when it comes to child support that because he's not on child support, he's not doing anything financially. Like, what is the problem? Where's the disconnect coming from?
Nick said, I have a baby and I do it on my own. I don't mind because this is life. I meet his dad where he at, and that's okay. You understand what I'm saying? Creamy, when you grown, you don't have to prove ish to no one. The proof is in his relationship with his children and their mothers.
Absolutely.
Look, please get her off the screen.
That's how I felt.
Right.
But I'm sharing with you. You should know.
I'm not taking your word for it. You're not a woman.
But you still got to keep an open mind. You cannot.
I am, and I want to hear it.
Let me finish a second. You cannot say, you know for a fact, that's how people move.
I'm telling you.
You cannot do that.
On this,
you can't. You're basing it on your own personal journey.
I'm telling you.
I got 33 years on you.
You're not a woman or a mother.
I'm not saying.
So you can't speak to me on that. And if you tell me you know 5 women
to what I'm saying.
that are cool.
If you're saying that you're right, what makes you think I can't be right?
Because you have no idea what it's like.
You've
never
understanding.
done it.
You're asking about what's right.
No, I'm not.
I have to respect your.
I think okay. So maybe you lost in translation.
You have to make sure.
You just be talking and get people fucked up.
You have to make sure you understand one thing. Everybody.
Y'all hear the shot?
Absolutely.
Slow talking.
It's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has their own experiences. And one thing you can't do is, especially a 63-year-old, you can't.
Stop throwing your 100 years on this earth.
I gotta throw that in.
The immaturity. It's immature.
Because
just because you're 62 doesn't make you wise.
It makes you wisdom.
No, it does not.
It gives me wisdom. I can't speak for the men that you probably met in your journey, but I know I got my shit together.
What I will say is there's no way in hell you're going to tell me, and we're going to move on because then if you're not going to call her, it's not going to make no point in talking about it.
Well,
but there's no way in hell you're going to ever convince me without calling her.
Yes.
And show me one woman that says, I'm cool. We're taking care of.
Okay, but you have to respect my opinion too.
I'm not talking about opinions.
No, forget that, cuz put her on this podcast. She'll be crying.
When you move through life a certain way, you don't have to prove. The great thing about it is we're on.
You see how dismissive and immature that is? This is a 63-year-old man. Now, name me one man who's going to see this interview and be like, I like her.
Absolutely nobody. Number one, what did the other guys say in the last one about how women just won't shut up and just listen? She will not allow this man to get one thought out. Let this man speak, please. And then you want him to call people. That is so immature and childish. I'm not calling no damn body.
Time out. You know how fucked up of a woman you gotta be for Deandra to say, I'm over it. She needs my help.
Yo.
Deandra gonna die on the hill for every woman's situation. A woman could walk on a crowded elevator, 6 cameras, pull out a pistol, and shoot somebody in the head. Is she gonna say that somebody provoked that woman? She innocent. It's not her fault. Deandra said, I'm over it. She needs my help.
That's terrible.
That's now you know she done fucked up.
And people will make their own decision. And here's the thing.
There's not one woman that chose to have a baby with someone that they didn't think they were going to be.
Watch what I'm trying to say.
Time-wise.
Watch what I'm trying to tell you.
You heard that last statement?
That's untrue. That is
That is
untrue because
very
I
untrue.
just said that earlier.
super
Because a
bullshit.
woman will know a guy, will be with a man, and knows this man has a child or multiple children that he does not take care of, spend time with, and will still have sex with him and procreate.
Here you go. Creamy nailed it. She hasn't been made to feel worthy by any man. If she approaches a man with this personality, she will always just be, or just, I guess, pussy, and I see why. Shit, she ain't gonna
And
have.
would it even be worth the headache?
But nobody's going to stick around. No, it's not going to be a headache.
She too argumentative.
You afraid?
Absolutely, Ryan. She's too argumentative.
Ghosting. You will be ghosted every time.
Like everything
on
you
my
do would be a
Instagram
problem.
right now, I guarantee you're gonna have people that'll say, "I'm down with that."
If you're
and
on his
gonna
live
say,
right now, DM me. I'm about to open up my DMs. If you're a
you know,
woman,
no,
and
we're
you're
gonna
on that
we
live,
can read it.
No,
I guarantee you.
we ain't go. You gotta put your glasses on because you can't see,
No,
old
don't
man.
worry about me.
Look at you. Like
You know what they say?
Yo, this is the one thing that kills me about young people. The goal is to get old. And all that wisdom and knowledge you gain along the way, you hope to pass it to your kids and to the community and to somebody who could use it. She keep being dismissive about this man's age, teasing him, belittling him, making fun of him. And she expects a man to take her seriously. Not in a million fucking years.
Disrespect her.
She is annoying.
Shout out to Q in the building. Q, drop the link to the episodes into your YouTube channel so I can put it on the screen right quick so people can go check out the content.
That's what they say. She's annoying. Well, television tells you,
oh, creamy. Oh, creamy. Her child doesn't even have a great role model. Can you imagine how that kid is going to be growing up? I feel sorry for that kid. Sonya said, I commend him for his patience. Nikki says she is combative. TY says she need a golf ball in her gas tank. Just saying. Creamy, the heck with the father. The Q, okay, scratching her head.
With the type of comedian he is, I'm surprised he didn't flame her.
Now, see, that's the wisdom. That's TK understanding the circumstances and the situation that he in right now. He don't have to do that with her.
okay, she's a narcissist.
Now, this is TK's live. This is what people saying on his live.
What else? I told you. See, everybody moves a certain way. Thank you, guys. What else? What else?
This is terrible.
Just see how, dang, that's what they saying about you.
Dang, no, about you.
No. These my people.
Exactly,
These
that's
my
the
people.
problem.
This is my, yeah, this is
and
my
this is why you don't amplify certain voices.
So what I'm trying to say is that.
Wow.
You hear that?
Wow.
You hear that? This man
amplify her voice.
He said, "This is why you don't amplify certain voices." Who doesn't want to amplify an example of a man who's taking care of his kids despite them being in different states, who's taking care of them financially, who's flying out, spending time, taking them to games, and making sure they have everything that they need.
She's envious.
This is something
she's envious because she doesn't have that.
Absolutely.
That in today's times, almost all families are modern families.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to amplify that voice. You want her. She wants her voice amplified.
That people move differently in life, and you have to respect that. That's what I'm trying to say. See, you thinking you're getting on me, but these people are getting on you because this is coming from them. They watching you. They have no idea who you are.
Again, I just want one woman to tell me.
No. You're missing again. They are watching you, and this is pure.
This is, and I get it because the way that
I'm not saying that you're wrong. No. I want to make sure I'm clear. You're not wrong.
I know.
You're not. It's just that it's the 7 billion people on this planet. People move differently, and that's what I feel. Instead of you trying to tell me I'm wrong, I want you because you have.
We've never been talking about right or wrong.
No, you're not saying that I'm right, and you're not saying that I'm wrong either. But your energy says that I'm wrong.
Oh,
so what I'm trying to say
is my
in life, people move a certain
she
way
gonna
in this
learn these
game.
lessons so
And that's why it's called
hard.
life. That's why when you watch the news and you see people going through problems, you watch, you read things on Instagram, you see the issues. Everybody, and we go, oh my God, I can't believe someone did that. It's life.
Ryan said she probably need her cheeks clapped.
I'm just has she
That might
watched
be
this back
what
just to see how
that's a good question,
disrespectful
Ted.
she looks? Like, has she watched this interview just to see how disrespectful she was to, number one, her elder, because he's 30 years older than her. That's number one. Number two, the fact that
33 years older than her.
you're not willing to shut your ass up and listen to what this man's experience is, which is why you had him on the show in the first place. Every time he tries to talk, you're opening up your mouth. He's using this as a teaching experience because he realizes he's talking to an immature child that unfortunately is raising kids, and hopefully you don't have girls, so they end up like you.
Round of applause.
Life does happen.
Yeah, the life just happens. So regardless if it's one time, regardless of 7 times, regardless of 15 times, does it make it wrong for that person? If you're morally correct.
When are you gonna learn the lesson?
The lesson's learned. But here, give me an example.
Because you're shooting powder at this point.
Whoa.
Because you shooting powder.
And she's absolutely wrong. This man could be 100 years old and still reproduce children. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, Sonya said,
what are you talking about?
Because she think there's nothing wrong with anything that she is doing. I pray she watched it back with some people in her life that could absolutely explain to her the nuance of what she was doing, and she gained some understanding. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: she's gonna invite somebody on who's not gonna be as patient, who's not gonna be as kind, and they're gonna barbecue the shit out of her.
Absolutely, which is probably what she needs. Reality check.
Q said, yes, hush and listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You should listen twice as much as you speak.
Absolutely.
She can't even learn a lesson in its most simplest form. Yep. Ryan is tired. Stop yelling.
I'm on a double.
But yeah, that was just a video that I had to share with you guys. That it really, as a woman, I was upset. Just the fact that this man is trying to explain what his situation is and trying to educate her that everyone's situation is not the same, because it's not. And unfortunately, everybody thinks that they're in the same situation, they're in the same boat. Oh, we have kids, but we don't get along, or I'm doing this on my own. That's not everybody's story. And again, it's up to you as a female to choose who you're going to have children with. You chose the bum that you had the kids with, which is why you doing the shit the fuck by yourself. Take accountability. That was your choice.
To be honest, he may not even be a bum.
It's just her perception.
Right. It may be her perception, but it also might be that he knows that if he's around her in any capacity, he might go to jail.
True.
Some women push you to that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to come back Tuesday. I can't wait to come back Tuesday. Some quick hitters.
She want to stay at home.
It looks like the Sixers in the play-in looks like it's fourth quarter, 8 seconds. Sixers is up 105-101. And also, Tiff,
you said they up?
Yeah, Sixers up 105-101.
Wow. When I came on here, when I came from outside, they was down 10.
No, Sixers up 105-101.
No, I'm saying it was a turnaround. When I finally came back on screen, they was down in the third quarter. It was like 75-62 or some shit. They was down like a lot.
Yeah, it looks like it's game over. Sixers win 105-101.
Good.
So Sixers. So that means they get the Bucks, right?
They get the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks. Okay. Damn. Creamy. Well, they up in one. Yup. Creamy, you coming back Tuesday? I believe I am coming back Tuesday. Creamy. Just gonna get my shit together. Thank you, love. I'm a huge DB. Yeah, salute to the Goku. And then the last quick hitter is this.
I almost forgot about that. I was so angry about that last video.
That's what I'm saying. We should have saved the funny for the funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looks like Ashanti posted this new year of my life is such a blessing full of love, hope, and anticipation. Motherhood is something that I have looked forward to, and sharing this with my family, fiance, and loyal fans who have been so supportive of my career is an amazing experience. So Ashanti is pregnant and she is engaged to Nelly. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
That makes you smile that motherfucking hard. You need to go ahead and make them your spouse.
Absolutely. He seems so happy with her. I'm glad to see that. I mean, sometimes it takes some time apart for people to kind of get it together and realize who's really good for you, who got your back all the time.
I couldn't agree more. Sometimes you got to spin the block and get it right and do it right. So salute to them. Tiff, you want to close us out?
Sure.
This was fun to be back too. I got to get a camera and get my shit together so I could be on screen. But
You better. I'm so glad we did this tonight. I think you needed it. I think the network needed it as a refresher. I'm glad that Ron, you could join us. I'm glad that Aunt joined us tonight. Thank you everybody for just being a part of the conversation. All of your comments. I appreciate everybody's comment. Everyone had such great things to say about the videos, whether we agree or disagree, whether it's controversial or not. I just love the fact that we can have this dialogue. And I think this is something that needs to be had. You've been begging for weeks. I think that this dialogue is something that we definitely needed to have. I thank you all for tuning in, for sharing the stream. Again, get your memberships, subscribe on YouTube. Sex Parent will be coming very soon. I look forward to the Aunt Money experience tomorrow. And everyone just have a great night. Thank you.
Man, we don't get no last words or nothing. You just gonna end the shit like that? Ryan, you got something you
I
want
don't
to
got
say?
no last words.
Ryan, you got something you want to say, bro?
Man, just thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. It was a dope show. Like Mickey said, these some healthy conversations that we need to continue to have. That's the only way we're gonna be able to start to have change. Just like start having the conversations, and listening to each other, then trying to like figure out a solution. Without these conversations, we can't approve nothing. But yeah, thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to next week and the weeks to come.
Thanks, good brother. Because Tiff was just gonna end the show on like that. You know what I mean?
I gave my final words.
All right. My final thoughts are: this was what I needed tonight. I'm actually glad you hit me and got me to come on. I will be back Tuesday. I don't know if Ryan is the manager, but got some super dope announcements coming soon. Working behind the scenes. Salute to Aunt, Tiff, and everybody at the network holding shit down. I appreciate y'all. That's my final thoughts.
We love you. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.